Oh, damn. That's cool. Okay. All right. Let's see how it goes. I didn't even know it was working. I guess my little mic just automates it. Hey. Hi. This is weird. It's been a while. It's not time. Go lay down. Go. 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 All the way. Go. 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 I think Dora's excited too. What has it been? A year and a half? Almost two. So, clearly, if you've been here before, I'm not in the ambulance anymore. And if you're new here, I used to live in an ambulance. Now I just live in a tiny house. It's still on wheels, so technically not a lot has changed, but it is stationary. And I have a garden. Um, so that's pretty cool. We're gonna make something to eat today, is the plan, and just kind of shoot the shit, catch up. Like I said, it's been like a year and a half or two. And so back then, my last videos would have been about being really sick with mercury poisoning and not having any memory and being exhausted all the time, needing to sleep like 23 hours a day, doing chelation, which was making me even sicker. And that was really what my life revolved around. And hopefully, I'll look at some old clips. I'll see if I can pull some old clips in this one. It should be obvious that I'm doing a lot better. I still have mercury poisoning, but it's not nearly to the degree that it was. And I no longer have breast implants. So that was actually a really big component. Turns out I had breast implant illness on top of mercury poisoning. And I'll talk more about that over time, kind of like it's a really big topic to cover. I'm back to eating raw meat most of the time. I still don't eat a lot. I don't really have an appetite. So today we're going to cook a little bit of it. It's not going to be completely 100% raw, but it's going to be mostly raw. And I'll show you what that looks like. And then, yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. We'll just fucking shoot the shit. What the hell? Why not? All right. Trying to just, it's a tiny home. What do you expect? There's not a lot of room. All right. So just chill. Put on your granny panties and buckle in because we're going to do this. Look at this. We have a proper pan. A proper fucking motherfucking pan. It's been like, well, I was in the ambulance for 5 years. So it's been 5 years since I had a legit cooktop and a legit pan to cook in. And this is a nice one. I actually got this on Kickstarter. I'm going to just plug it for a second. You can't get it on Kickstarter anymore. It's like $100 carbon steel pan, but I guess it's like extra. It's not just your average. I don't know. It was one of those late night scrolling. They got me with the marketing things. Whatever. I waited like 6 months for it to show up. It was worth it. All right, so we got our pan. And I got some ground beef from the store. If you guys remember, ground beef was always my favorite jam. So we're just bringing that back in. Look at, I have plates. And I have more than one pair of silverware. I have a whole little like caddy of silverware. It's weird. I have room to store shit. All right, so this is how we're doing it. We're just going to go, I got like a half a pound when I went to the store. So I'm just taking half of that, quarter pound, and making a little patty. Nothing fancy. It's really basic. I'm going to wash my hands. I don't know why I'm giving you guys a rundown on the play. Like you can see with your own eyes what it is I'm doing. But it feels fitting. It feels awkward to be on video after so long, to be honest. It's really like, oh, what does this feel like again? I forgot. All right, stove's on. Put the rest of this away. Oh yeah, that's right. I have a full-size fridge. and it has a freezer. We've also got some mozzarella because, like I said, I don't have much of an appetite. So I try to eat as many calories as I can when I eat, which isn't very often yet. I try to do 2 meals a day. So I'm down to 110 pounds is kind of my consistent weight right now. If you compare that to before I got mercury poisoning, I was consistently like 145. I had a lot of muscle on my frame at the time. And I mean, I don't have much anymore. I'm a skinny mini. It is what it is. It is what it is. It'll change with time, I'm sure, again, just like everything else. If anything, going through this whole thing, it's like really clued me into the fact that shit changes in life. It's this nonstop little... I know these plastic bags are terrible. Nobody in the comments needs to come at me for it. I had this really great metal storage container, and I lost it. So until I replace it, I am using a plastic bag. Suck on it. Yeah, life is constantly changing, evolving, and moving in all sorts of directions. All right, let's put this patty in there. Ta-da! You want me to show you? You want to see what it looks like? Look at, there's the pan. All right, we're coming in for the close-up. Look at that shit. Look at that. Look at that patty. It's not really doing anything. The pan is warm, but it's just... Oh, and then my giant lump of cheese. And Dora's over here. Come here. Y'all remember Dora. Come here, Mama. She's thriving. She's trying to tell me it's dinner time. It's not. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. Her dinner time is not 5. Is not until 5. Huh. But she's thriving. I've been making her raw food. So since we've been in the new spot, she gets... I make up this... go. It's raw meat with cooked broccoli, cauliflower, carrots. Not very much, just a little. Raw, fresh blueberries and not hummus. I always think, when I think of garbanzo beans in my head, immediately I think just hummus. So that's where that comes from. But garbanzo beans are in there. It's really basic, but she loves it. I don't even know where I came up with the recipe, but I've been feeding her that since April. And she looks fantastic. So, let's see. Yeah, I sold the ambulance in April, bought the tiny house. Like I said, I have a garden. It's pretty cool. So not only do I have vegetables in my garden, but I have things like, this is a whole bowl of catnip that I'm drying. I need to pawn it off on somebody in my neighborhood that has cats because I don't have any cats. I have hummingbirds. One just literally flew by my window just now. This is rosemary from my garden that I dried out. This did not come from my garden. It's ginger, but it sat on my counter long enough. It started growing. I'm going to stick it in my garden. You better fucking believe. So eventually I'll have ginger in my garden. And then I have a ton of onions. These are all just like onion starters that I went through and kind of cleaned up what was in my garden. And, all right, I'm going to flip this. I actually cooked it a little bit more than I would have wanted, I think. Oops. Get in here, little man. Sorry, I know this camera is weird. I'm going to figure it out. Just bear with me. This is our first rodeo. Okay, we got this. The onion starts. There were a bunch of them in the garden and they were dying because I'm in the desert and they weren't being watered for a while because I was neglecting them. I had other things I was worried about. So I pulled these guys out because they looked completely dead. I'm like, I think they need to go through the little hibernation process before I plant them again. And then there were other ones that looked pretty good. So I stuck those back in the ground and I planted a bunch by seed because some of them had gone to seed. And they look amazing. They're growing. They're green. I don't know. I haven't pulled any out. It's funny. I can't eat onion. So the only reason that I'm growing them is nostalgia, pure nostalgia. And I'll tell you why in a second. I get done scraping the shit out of my pan. Oh yeah, supposedly the thing is you can use metal utensils on these. It doesn't matter. So I'm testing that theory thoroughly, just so you know. All right. We've got our meat. You want to see what it looks like? This is it. See? It's mostly raw. Like, if I open it up, when I say I cooked it, it wasn't much. It's still cold in the center. Let's put it that way. So for pure nostalgia, so my grandpa, my mom's dad, he always had onions in his garden. And when I was a kid, he'd be like, all right, come on, kids. And we'd go out to the garden, and he'd always have a shaker of salt in his pocket. He'd pull it out, pull an onion out of the garden, rip off the little outside part, which had the dirt on it, sprinkle some salt on it, and give it to us to eat. So we would just go out and eat onions right from the garden with him like that. And even though I can't eat onions right now because of my mercury stuff, it makes me really happy to see those little fucking onion things growing up in my garden. All right, so what else? Breast implant illness. I had my breast implants for 14 years. It's a long fucking time. They were like children at that point. I didn't even want, like, as soon as I got them, I didn't want them. That's what's fucked up. I had them that long, and like, literally, I woke up out of surgery and I was like, oh, this was a mistake. Nope. But yeah, I had surgery on those in March. So we're going on like 6 months now, something like that, of healing. And man, I went to a really good surgeon. That's all I have to say about it. Like, really, really, really excellent job. Healing's been so easy. Zero pain, which is weird. Found out some really interesting things in the process of going through that. I found out my original surgeon lost his medical license after killing a woman and then fled the country. And then he was fundraising for money in Africa somewhere. And then he got caught trying to practice medicine without a license in Ireland. I don't know where he is now. I think his wife lives in Texas. I don't know how that long distance relationship's working. And then, so when you get breast implants, it's required that they are covered under a warranty because they're so high risk. So they give you a warranty card after surgery. I lost my warranty card, so I was trying to find them just to figure out, like, was there a recall on them or like anything goofy? Couldn't find them. Called the manufacturer. They didn't have any record of a warranty card under my name. And so I was like, all right, well, I guess that maybe means he never filed my warranty card after surgery. Well, the implants I was told that were put in, the manufacturer brand, the actual product name or style, and the size is not what came out of my body after surgery. Completely different manufacturer, completely different style, completely different size. So in my head, I'm like, well, does that mean that he just had these like sitting around and was like, just throw them in her because it'll save us some money? Yeah, so that was really interesting figuring that out. I was like, oh, this feels like a Lifetime movie special. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, and then it was really pretty interesting because right before surgery, I mean, I was so bad before surgery. I was really struggling. And I woke up out of surgery like a completely different person. All of a sudden, my memory was coming back, and it was like all the time I didn't have any memory, I was suddenly remembering all of that period of time, those years. And I was suddenly able to eat more foods than I was able to before without getting sick. I wasn't as tired. yeah, my skin was really soft. I mean, it still is, but not quite to the same degree, but like baby soft. It was really, really bizarre. I don't know. So I learned a lot of things looking into the whole thing of just like how absolutely horrible they are. And it doesn't matter who you are, like every breast implant is absolutely toxic, just dumping toxins into your body. It doesn't have to be ruptured, it doesn't have to be damaged in any way. Literally just sitting on the shelf, it will leach out, it will ooze. They were used to refer to it, I'm trying to remember what the records that were presented to Congress when they were being sued referred to it as. It was something like gel bleed, that the inside would ooze out of the shell over time, just sitting on the shelf. And the doctors were instructed to just wipe that off before they put it in. Oh, but it just keeps coming out. Okay. Really wild stuff. And it was kind of fun. Like I went to different doctors for consultations and would tell them like, make me as flat as a boy. Just like as you take the implants out, take all my breast tissue out too. I don't ever want to wear another fucking bra in my life. Ever. Ever. Like I've worn a bra almost 24/7 for 14 years because the ones, the implants I had, they were literally in my armpits. So a lot of times I would manage that by wearing a sports bra to sleep in and all day long to keep them like on the front of my chest. And my neck hurt so bad. My neck and my shoulders, just constant pain. So yeah, I was like, I don't ever want to wear a bra again. Just, I don't care if I'm as flat as a boy. That would make me absolutely delighted. And some of the surgeons looked really fucking horrified. Like, what? Do you really realize what you're asking? Nobody comes into my office and wants to be flat like a boy. I think one of them even alluded to the idea of like, are you trying to transition to your gender? And I was like, no, I don't mind being small chested. So I'm not exactly as flat as a boy, but I'm pretty damn close and I'm pretty fucking happy. Let's see what else. I'm still in California. I'm trying to invest more and more of my time and energy into my artwork now. So expect some videos related to that coming. And if you want to help keep me from ever being homeless again, you should support an artist. Buy my artwork. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. There'll be stuff at every price point. I bought a trampoline, like a little mini one, a rebounder. Oh, hell yeah. That thing is so fun. It's supposed to be good for your lymphatic system, but even if you think you don't have any problems, it's just fun to bounce on. And sometimes in the middle of the day, I'll just take a break from work, go out, bounce around for a little bit. And then I'm like, all right, I feel good. Let's go back to work now. Eventually, I'll give you guys some tours of the house. This is obviously the stairs to the loft. And it's just open cupboards. Eventually, I'd like to kind of close them in, but for now, it is what it is. It'll be interesting getting used to living in the desert. I've never lived in the desert until now. Before, when I was on the coast in the ambulance, I pretty much stayed literally at the coast, like a couple blocks from it at most. And didn't spend, I mean, I would drive into the desert once in a great while for something specific. But I was like, hurry up and get out. Because I couldn't, when I was sick, or like super sick, I couldn't tolerate the heat. I was chronically dehydrated to the point where I'd have to go to urgent care. And so, having to go to the desert for any specific purpose was actually really dangerous for me to do. And now, like when it was 100 and some degrees out here, I was fine. I had to drink some salt water, obviously, because you're sweating a little bit more, but I was like, holy shit, I don't have to go and get IV fluids just to survive. And before, when I was really sick, on like a 70-degree day, I could experience like heat stroke just from getting so dehydrated just at 70 degrees. That's wild. It's so fucking crazy. It's so fucking crazy how different my life is now than it was 6 months ago. I love this little girl. We have an e-bike still, and I'll throw her in the backpack sometimes and we'll just drive around, go do shit. It's pretty cool. I'm basically trying to live life like I'm a kid. Like I figure I lost a lot of my life to being chronically sick, and I'm not 100% healthy yet, but quite a bit more than I was. There's this interesting thing that happens too, like when you're chronically sick for a long time, because I'd started getting sick in my 20s, and I'm 40 now. I'll be 41 this year. And there's something weird that happens is when you're continuously getting worse over a really long period of time like that, you just kind of assume mentally, like, I'm never, like, right now, today, this is the healthiest I'm ever going to be. Because tomorrow and the day after and the weeks after and the months after, I'm just going to get sicker and sicker and sicker, because that's how it's been for the past decade. So never in my wildest dreams did I ever imagine, oh, I'll get better. What are you doing? Why are you fighting it? There's food right here. That's what you said you wanted. It might not be your food, but you said you just wanted food. You have to be more specific. Yeah. Maybe I'll feed you early. Okay, so that's my meal. I know it's not a lot, but it is what it is. I'm not quite ready to get back in the gym. For the first like month I was here, I was really, really physically active and actually started putting a little bit of muscle back on my arms a little bit. And I had like a couple of days where I felt like, oh, I have the energy to like go for a run. And by run, I mean like I ran like 100 feet. I was like, okay, let's not overload the system. Let's just start small, right? Baby steps. And felt really good those couple of days. But then I have the burps now. Then I got busy with other stuff that was not as physically demanding. And so I kind of lost those gains and I lost the running aspect. Come on. But I'll get back to it. It's coming. It's, I think a lot of it is just about like consistency, eating consistently, sleeping consistently, low stress, low chaos, and holy shit, we're going to do some cool stuff. So I'll keep you guys updated. It feels good to be back. It feels weird. It still feels weird to be on camera. Let's put it that way. So, thanks. Over and out. Say over and out. She's like, fuck you, just feed me.